Overwhelmed by all the planner options? Yeah, I've been there. Let me help you find the perfect planner for 2026. Hi, I'm Tammy. I'm a planner hopper, and if there's a planner system out there, I have probably tried it. I have recently gotten into rings. I have done discs with the Happy Planner. I have done Stalogy. I have done bound planning like your Passion Planner. I have done spiral bound like Plum Paper or Erin Condren. I have done more expensive planners like your Sterling Ink, and I've done more basic run of the mill planners like Pen and Gear that you can just pick up at Walmart. I am a planner hopper and I have dibble dabbled in a little of all of it. I've done some bullet journaling, I've done some vertical planning, some horizontal planning. Basically, I've tried a little bit of everything out there. And because of that, I just wanted to talk about some options for you for 2026. I have been planning since, I would say, the 90s. Back in school, they used to give us these agendas at the beginning of the school year. Now, I grew up in New York State, and we started our school year after Labor Day back then. And so we would come in on our first day, and part of our first day was we would get a little paper agenda to write down all the assignments and whatnot. And I guess it was the teacher's best hope that we would actually use it as students. I did use mine. I enjoyed using mine. But it was not until 2021 when I was watching YouTube. And I believe the first creator that I saw using a happy planner, um, let me think of her name now. It was I'll have to look up what her name is and I will put it on the screen. But this beautiful woman, and she is on there with this organized planner. I had never heard of the Happy Planner at that time. This was 2021. And I started to look it up on YouTube. Of course, I ran into some of the much bigger creators, like Planning with Bumble, for example, which I think everybody's heard of by now if you watch any planning videos at all. And I got totally hooked. I totally dove in. I went to my local Hobby Lobby. I purchased my first Happy Planner and started my journey into decorative planning. Before that, I had planners regularly. In fact, back in 2019, 2020-ish, right in that time frame, I was regularly carrying around an A5 size spiral bound planner that I think I picked up at Target. And everywhere I went, that had to come with me everywhere. So if I was at the chiropractor's office, if I went to any doctor's appointments, anywhere I went, basically, that thing went with me. And my family kind of jokes about it. They called it my pink book because they knew how important it was that I have that. I was not into decorating it yet. I used it completely just pen only. I had not used washi tape, no stickers, nothing like that. But in 2021, I took a dive into decorative planning. After that, I started to dibble dabble into all the things planning. There's so many options out there. Ladies, gentlemen, there are so many options out there. And it became my favorite hobby. I loved doing it. I loved spending time decorating a planner spread, using pretty washi tape, using my stickers, and I loved watching different YouTube channels, different tips and tricks, different plan with me's with different systems. I liked listening to planner chats. I liked just thinking about all of the different ways that one can take this. Okay. So now we're in September of 2025. And as many of you know, this is the time of the year when many of the new 2026 planners are dropping. And some of you may be new to this. Some of you may just be completely looking for something very functional, and I totally respect that. This video is basically to talk to you about my little planner journey, but also to discuss some of the options that are out there. And we're going to turn this into more of a little mini series. And I'm going to actually put out a couple videos about different planner systems that I have tried and the pros and cons and who they might be for, and just a little planner chat. So I hope that if you're not subscribed, that you will consider subscribing and hit that little bell notification so that when those are downloaded, that you can go ahead and follow and watch with us. I love having your comments, so please leave me a comment below, say hello, let me know what your planner system is and what are your intentions for 2026. Let's have that discussion in the comment section below. But this series, we're going to talk about different ones that I have had experience with. I recently just fell in love with ring planners, so of course I definitely need to have a video talking about ring planners. I've been in a bound planner all year, and so we're going to have a discussion about that. And notebook style planners like the Stalogy. So if that's something that you're into, you'll want to stay tuned for that one. I also want to include some spiral bound planners that I've used in the past because they're a very popular favorite for many of us. And we're going to just have a little talk about just some of the options that are out there. There's so many, there's just so many options. So let's definitely take a dive in and discuss some of these options. So my first video that will be coming out after this one is going to be discussing ring planners and why I think you might fall in love with them if you haven't already. So stay tuned for that one. I'm going to actually link it here when it's ready. That is all I have for you today in this video. This is just a little teaser to discuss what I have in mind to talk about. So stay tuned, friends. I will be back with a talk about ring planners. Bye.